shut. And the caption is the key to a happy marriage communication. Real quick, and then we're going to move on. God gave us twice as many ears as He did mouths. So why do we not use them that way? In James 1:19, it tells us to listen more than we are to speak. Why? Why are we to listen more than we are to speak? Anybody?
Words get you in trouble.
Do what?
Sometimes your words can get you in trouble.
There you go. Both of those are right. I work in marketing and sales for those radio stations I was telling you about, and here's what we are told. I'm to give you a question and then I'm to stop. You know why? You need to hear the response. But also, you know the most awkward sound in the world is? And whenever someone stops talking, you're the one who goes, all right, somebody needs to say something. Or I'm going to stomp my feet, or I'm going to do something. But what it really is that God is asking you just to be quiet. Listen to what is being said. How do you listen to God? You read His Word. Listen to what He is trying to tell you. We're going to move on real quick. Somebody has Matthew 7. Go ahead. Can you read that for me?
Therefore, whoever heareth these sayings of mine and doth them, I will liken him unto a wise man who built his house upon a rock. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon the rock.
Okay. Stop right there. We'll come back in just a second. Many of you have heard about this storm Sandy, right? That hit the Northeast. There was a governor that came with Governor Christie, and he gave them a warning. Look, and this was his exact warning. I'm not trying to or anything. He came on and he said, if you stay there, you are stupid. You're dumb. Why did he say that? Why did he say that?
Because you can get killed.
You can get killed. There is a storm coming. If you stay here, you're risking your life. You are done. Is exactly what he said. Guys, right now, Jesus has given us a warning. If you hear what I am telling you and you do not do it, then guess what? You're dumb. That's what is being told to us. I want to show you one more thing. The ladies especially, look at this. In the book of James. We're going to look at one more. James. Everybody go to James real quick like. Verse 23. For if anyone is a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like a man observing his natural face in a mirror. Verse 24. For he observes himself, goes away, and immediately forgets what kind of man he was. So ladies, how many of you got up this morning and looked in the mirror? All right. Gentlemen, how many of y'all looked in the mirror? All right, get it. At least we're honest. If you looked in the mirror and your hair is like, oh, and then you walk away. And then throughout the rest of the day, everybody's looking at you. Hey. You're going to be sitting there going, what are they looking at? She's looking at me all funny. Wonder what's going on. Hello? You looked in the mirror, your hair's, and you did nothing about it. That is exactly what God is telling us. When you look in the mirror and you look at it and you say, well, I need to change something. My hair's a mess. I need to do the makeup. Whatever the case may be. Guys, if you're doing your makeup, we need to talk. If you're looking in the mirror, you've got all those things going on that is wrong, and you go, I'm okay. Something's wrong. Now, there are days when I look in the mirror and go, I don't care, and I just don't want to have, I got a big deal. But there are other days when you look in the mirror and you go, I need to do something. If not for my sake, for everyone else's. Why? James says the same thing with God. If you can look in the mirror in God's Word, and it says that something needs to be changed, and you look at it and go, I don't need to do that. Something's wrong with us. Finish reading those few verses for me.
And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doth them shall be likened unto a foolish man who built his house upon the sand. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and great was the fall of it.
Remember the story? The wise man built his house upon. All right. two options. All of us love to say the wise. But I'm not here to sit here and play nice with you and go, oh, we're all great and wonderful inside. I'm here to speak the truth to you. Where are you really building your house? How do you know? Look at where you're spending your time. Tomorrow night, what are you going to be doing? Tuesday night, Thursday night, all of those other times. The foolish man builds his house upon the sand. Do you think that he got up and said, well, I'm going to build it here and it's going to be destroyed, so let's do it? No. Yes, God is calling us to something more than just our normal, everyday selves. He's calling us to be extraordinary. Look at this. Make sure you don't miss this. If you're struggling, if something is going on right now in your life, God will hear you if you ask. If you don't, He won't. Why do we have prayer? So we can go to our Father. We can go to the one who created the universe, and we can go to Him and say, you know what, God, I'm struggling. I'm so tired of doing this. I'm so tired of going to school and not making the grades. I'm so tired of people looking at me really funny. I'm so tired of this. I'm so tired of that. Guys, He understands. And when we go to Him and we say, Father, please help me, He will. Is it going to be the answer that you want? Maybe not. But He hears you. The one right before that is one that I want to make sure that we understand as well. In Psalm chapter 51, David has just committed a sin, and Nathan has come to him and said, you're it. And then in Psalm 22, this is what's kind of going on. The iniquities, the falling shorts are here, and they're being named, guys. They're being told. And it's not a general thing. And I understand that when people come forward, because I've done it before, when people come forward at night or Sunday morning, whatever the case may be, to respond to the invitation, they want to say a general statement. I'm going to challenge you that you find you someone right now, this day, that you could go to and you could be very specific with. I'm struggling with this. I'm struggling with that. Whatever the case may be, I cannot control my tongue. I cannot control what my eyes look at. I cannot control my actions. I need your help. That is exactly what David has done here in the book of Psalm 51. He has laid it out and he says, Father, I don't know what else to do, but you do. I'm weak. I committed a sin with Bathsheba. I murdered. Father, help. It's time we become real. It's time we start taking our relationship with God a lot more serious than we ever have before. We all sin. We all fall short. But it's what we do after that sin is what makes the difference. Or you just go, I messed up. Please forgive me. The reason why, guys, I'm telling you, I'm finding somebody specific because I've been there. And if you go to someone and say, I just messed up. That's great. But it's more than that. If you have an accountability partner, if you call it that, it will help you. It can only make your relationship better. Last thing, responsibility. In a relationship, you must also have compassion. We're going to fly through these really quick. God has shown us His love. God has shown us His love by His actions. And in this story, there's a lady that comes to Him, and she's going to wipe Jesus' feet. And instead of running her off like everybody else is wanting her to, He allows her to come to Him, allows her to do this, and shows compassion on her instead of just allowing her to run off. This one requires something of you. What have you given to God lately? And in Romans chapter 12, it talks about to be a living sacrifice. I beseech you, brother, therefore, by the mercies that is in me, that you present yourselves as a living sacrifice. What does that mean? Here's what it means. Back in the old times, they would take an animal, they would kill it, and they would sacrifice it up on this altar. Okay? What our lives are to be is to be that living sacrifice, to present our lives on this altar. Here's what we're really doing. We're really coming down off that altar and trying to be like we're a Christian, when really we're not even up there anymore. Can you imagine an animal that was killed back then? And this is what would happen. They would sacrifice an animal for their sins to be rolled forward. When they were rolled forward, it would have to be done every year. If we're all around, we sacrifice this lamb, this goat, whatever the case may be, and the lamb or goat comes down off of the altar, what would you do? It's supposed to be dead. That's what we're doing. We're saying, God, here, take my life. I sacrifice everything. I give it all to you. And then you take it right back. Let's take this back to that marriage relationship we're talking about. Sweetheart, I give my all to you. Don't touch my bank account. Don't drive my car. I bought food. Don't touch that. That's what we're doing with God. Those of you who said that you become Christians, you have made a promise to Him. You said, I'm going to give you everything that I have. And we're starting to take it back. What are you taking back? What's coming between your relationship to God? Love is a 4-letter word. Spelled G-I-V. John 3:16. What does it say? For God so loved the world that He gave. That's all you got to say. Whosoever believes in Him should not perish, but have everlasting life. What are you giving to God? How do you show your love? Husbands, wives, if your husband or your wife says, I love you, and they're never coming around, is that love? How do you show love to your wife? Not her showing up? Does that work? No. How do you show love? Let's look at this one verse. 1 John chapter 5. And then I want you to keep that book marked there in 1 John 5. 1 John chapter 5. Verse 1. Whoever believes that Jesus Christ is the Son is born of God, and everyone who loves Him, who begot, also loves Him, is begotten of Him. Verse 2. But this we know, that we love the children of God, when we love God, and what? And do what? I don't want it. You see, God tells me that I have to be nice to you. I don't want to do that. God tells me that I have to come to church. I don't want to do that. God tells me that I'm supposed to be telling others about Him. Forget that. Are God's commandments too hard? Let me answer that in your head. I'm not asking you for yes or no. If God's commandments are too hard. Are we keeping them? You love Him. You show love by keeping them. I told you to stay right there in 1 John chapter 5. Now I want to show you one. 1 John 5, verse 13. Everybody who has a Bible, read this verse. Do not miss this one. If you don't hear anything else I say, make sure you get this one. These things I have written to you who believe. Show of hands, how many of you believe in Jesus Christ? Awesome. Bullet point real quick. This is written to you. That believe in the name of the Son of God, that you may know that you have eternal life. That you may continue to believe in the name of the Son of God. The thing that I don't want you to miss is that when John writes his book, he says, I'm writing this to those of you who believe that you may know that you have eternal life. Guys, right now, if there is a doubt that if something were to happen to you on the way home from here today, where you would spend eternity, something's wrong. God has written to us. He has told us you should know without beyond the shadow of a doubt. Notice the word may. It doesn't say that you will know. It doesn't say that you might know. It does say what? That you may know. There's no possibility there. Answer this question in your head. If something were to happen to you today, where would you be? You see, it's time that we stop thinking about Christianity as just a religious thing. Because even in James chapter 1 and verse 19, it says, even the demons believe and they tremble. Are there going to be demons in heaven? Don't answer that without really truly thinking about that. Because right now, guys, some of us are just going through the motion. It's time we stop doing that. Are there going to be demons in heaven? No. Did those demons know who Christ was? Yes. Over and over, when He was coming around, they go, Lord, what do you want from me? They even acknowledged who He was, but they did nothing. They acknowledged Him with their mouth, but they did not in action. What do your actions say about you? If you were put on trial for being a Christian, would there be enough evidence to convict you? How's your relationship? On a daily basis. Don't answer that. Christ knows you. I'm going to ask in just a second, did you evaluate yourself? If you were given one thing to live with for the rest of your life, would it be your Bible? Would it be your phone? Or would it be your computer, Xbox, whatever the case may be, that you could not live without? Answer that. Where's your relationship? Nobody else can answer that. Guys, if you don't get anything else, remember 1 John 5 and verse 13. He wants you to know, to not have a doubt. It's all up to you. We're going to sing a song in just a second. And this song is not offered just so that we can say that we offer the invitation. Guys, this is an opportunity for you to come around a group of people who love you, who want to be there to help you, to really, truly be encouraged.